What's something that still gives you secondhand embarrassment? My dad is the most stubborn man in the world, and not a single guy I dated ever won him over. That is, until he met Max. For context, my dad has always been overprotective, but he eventually came around for my older sisters when they wanted to get married. However, being the youngest daughter, he absolutely couldn't stand any guy I brought in. Rich, handsome, tall, funny, charming, successful, none of it mattered to him. So when I introduced Max to him, my dad tried his hardest to bully him away. The first time around, Max held his hand out to properly greet my dad, who ended up ignoring the handshake to hug me. Max awkwardly dropped his hand down and tried to strike up a conversation again over dinner, asking my dad about his work or jumping in to talk about golf. But each time my dad shot him down asking, "Are you bragging to me right now?" Max awkwardly said no and smiled sadly, looking defeated. I patted his back and told him that it was a nice try so far. By the end of the first date with my parents, Max looked like a sad puppy. He apologized and told me he would do better next time. I hugged him, really appreciating all his efforts already. About a month after, I invited Max to a family beach trip. On the beach, Max offered him a drink, and my dad refused, saying that his hands made it too warm to drink. Max later returned with the same drink and a cup of ice. My dad still refused, saying that he was too tired to drink and needed to return to his room. Max tried to help him up and follow him back to the hotel room. My mom and I laughed so hard, watching my dad annoyingly try to run away from him. My mom smiled and told me that at some point, my dad would come around and give up, and she was completely right. At night, we had dinner at a bar by the beach. I teased Max, saying that my dad loved singers and encouraged him to take stage. He chugged down his alcohol and volunteered to sing with the live band. Everyone clapped while my dad's eyes widened, looking clearly worried. To our shock, Max thought of the most hilariously related song and sang his heart out, approaching my dad a few times while singing the song "Rude" by Magic. My dad jokingly swatted him away each time he approached. My mom and I started crying from laughing so hard. The strangers at the bar cheered him on and laughed when he got on his knees in front of my dad while singing out the chorus. During the end of Max's performance, we watched my dad struggle not to laugh. That's when I knew we had won. Max sat back in his seat and asked my dad if he liked his song. My dad covered his face with his hand out of secondhand embarrassment and gave Max a silent thumbs up, finally giving in. My boyfriend beamed a smile at me, and he spent the rest of the evening talking to my dad, who finally acted like he wasn't invisible. On the second day at the beach, my dad called me and Max out to walk with him on beach. There, he told Max about all the different guys who approached me before, how nothing in them impressed him. But Max's never give up attitude amazed him, and it made him believe that he was right for me, saying, "No matter how tough things get, I know you'll stay by my daughter's side and find a way out of the impossible. Welcome to the family." He gave Max a strong, heartfelt hug and handshake. While hugging, my dad jokingly mentioned, "Please don't ever sing that song again." Max apologized and agreed with a bright smile.